everyone. I'm Cassandra.
And I'm Mom.
And this is Millennial Mom. And today we are here to review 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. Season 2, Episode 1, Home is Where the Heart Is. And with 6 new couples and 2 returning couples, I'm ready to see the conclusions and who's new on here. Aren't you?
Yes, I am.
So, let's get into the video.
Okay, we have Yazan, who's 24, from Jordan, but Brittany is 26 from Florida. She can't decide what she wants to me. She's a girly girl, she's adventurous, she's a rapper, and she has also been married before. How she met Yazan was she was visiting family, and he happened to be FaceTiming or Skyping with his sister while she was talking to her sister, and they met and fell in love. And I thought that was interesting.
I didn't understand that connection.
I didn't either. He was attracted to Brittany, so when they first met through Skype, he sent her a ticket. He asked her to get married within 4 weeks of them meeting. I thought that was interesting. Like, wow, you met someone on Skype and then 4 weeks later, you pretty much send a ticket and they're like, we're going to get married.
Why are you surprised by now? That's all the storylines, well, most of the storylines on here. But I personally don't see this working out because Brittany, her life is a total 180 of what they do in Jordan.
180? More like 360.
Well, a 360 is a full all around.
It is because Brittany's a rapper.
But it comes back around, so it's a 180 because it's different.
All right.
Yeah, because she's a rapper, like you said. She's used to dating older men.
Yeah.
Plural. She said the oldest was 82. I'm like, She
was doing it. She was doing too much.
I don't know what her motive was, but whatever the motive and intention was, it doesn't sit right with me because it doesn't make sense to what she wants in her life and how she knows he lives in Jordan.
Yeah, because the lifestyle is different. Even Yazan said, Brittany's out there, a go-getter, but when she's here, it's going to be much more laid back, but he thinks she'll adapt. I'm not sure about that. Well, she tells her dad later on that she's going to Jordan. Now, he knows she's been before, but this time she's saying that she's going to go for good. Well, when she tells her dad, he's like, are you sure? Like, what happens when you're there? Something happens to you?
You did that much with more emotion than he did because he was laughing the whole time.
He was smiling. I think, sometimes people, when they're stressed, they smile or laugh, or they're nervous, smile or laugh. So that's why it was like a nervous energy.
That's her problem right there. She don't have someone to guide her, let her know. So that's why she just does everything in between.
Well, she knows her dad's supportive. Like she said, she's a girly girl, so maybe she still has him wrapped around her finger at 26 or whatever. But he's like, okay, at the end, he's like, if you're going to do it, but be careful. But later on in the show, we see Brittany go talk to the lawyer. And that's when she tells the lawyer that she's been married before. She got married when she was young. He's from Haiti. And 3 months they got married, he was deported by ICE. I was like, whoa.
And then she said she just forgot about him. I'm like, so during all this time that you forgot about him, you didn't want to implement the divorce? That could have been a huge time saver all those years ago.
Right. But to me, she told a fib. Because if you forgot about him, what are you doing here at the lawyer? Because you know that Yaz and his family want you to get married immediately upon arrival.
She said she don't think she can stall for 10 months. And I'm like, girl, you're not going to be able to stall at all.
Our next couple is Jenny and Sumit. Now, they are a returning couple from the first season of 90 Day the Other Way. And you know what? They were actually my favorite couple. I'm surprised they're returning because of all the turmoil that Jenny and Sumit went through the first time.
Now, is it your favorite couple or the most interesting?
My favorite couple returning and the most interesting from the other way. And the turmoil that they went through was, man, I don't know, Jenny, how you're doing it. I know it's love. You love Sumit, but if you all haven't seen the first season, you might want to go back and watch. Because when the family came in, when they were together, because they didn't really know that her and Sumit were together when she was there, even though it was her third visit, the kicker was Sumit was married. And on one of those episodes, the family came knocking on the door and drug Sumit out. I was like, whoa. Well, it turns out Sumit is filing for divorce and Jenny's on her way back for the third time. Now, she tells her daughter Christina, who she had to move back in with because Jenny sold everything to go to India the first time. And she tells her daughter she's going back, and Christina's like, I can't believe you're going back.
I can't believe it either.
I can't either, Jenny. But Jenny says third time's a charm, and Christina says 3 strikes, you're out. I felt her on that one.
I mean, I guess you could look at it, your glass half full or your glass half empty.
So now we see Sumit. Him and Jenny are actually Skyping. And Jenny's asking him, so have you got everything set up? Are you ready to see me? He's excited to see her. Now, I feel that they are truly genuine. And out of all the franchises, I do believe in Jenny and Sumit. I believe it's real.
You do?
I do.
I feel like it's real,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like Sumit lies so much that for me, it's hard to believe everything that he says is true and gonna come to fruition.
Well, I think he has to lie to protect Jenny from his family and him from whatever cultural reparations can happen over there in India because, you know, they have arranged marriages and if you break that.
Are arranged.
Well, he said his is arranged, so I'm guessing just from that first season, how the family came knocking, he may have a price to pay. Well, as it goes on, Jenny asks, are you ready for me to come? He says, yes. Have you filed for divorce? He said, yes. I've already paid for it. He's giving this story like, you know, it's been 6 months, blah, blah, blah. But Jenny said, well, I thought you said it would take 2 months. And he's giving her this story. I'm like, come on, Sumit. Make it work this time because we can't have nobody knocking the door when Jenny come back.
Yes, he can.
Now we see Sumit talk to his friends. He's playing outside at the park. They're playing some kind of game. After the game's over, he tells his friends that Jenny's coming. His friends was like, again? Like,
Right.
What you talking about?
I feel like everybody was like, again? Why?
Yeah, because they knew of the drama that happened before. And he was telling the friends that he'd filed for divorce and was like $10,000.
No, that's not what he said. He said was his father-in-law is going to make him pay $20,000.
That's
right.
right.
How much he spent on the wedding. And I'm like, what wedding was $20,000?
Well, there's lots of weddings for $20,000.
So Sumit said that he already paid $10,000 and he has to pay another $10,000. So my initial thought was, okay, he himself paid the $10,000 because he was on the show. You know, they get a little reimbursement.
Well, I heard if you're from the partners, you don't.
Well, whether he does or doesn't, his parents are the one who paid $10,000. And that's when his friends were just like, come on, man.
Right.
You know, an American version.
True.
And they were just like, you know, you keep lying. I don't know how to trust you. But Sumit was like, you know, hold on. You're not listening to me. But when he was giving his explanation, you know, wasn't really making any better.
No, it wasn't, but it made sense in his mind. That's all that mattered. But the friend said, you know, you are going to give up your family for Jenny? He said, yeah. They're like, why? She's older? She can't give you children? I was like, see, here we go again with the older can't give children, bear children. But Sumit is ready. He doesn't care. He loves Jenny and wants to be with her, and Jenny wants to be with him. Jenny decides to go back to the lawyer. And this is the same lawyer who told her it wasn't a good idea the first time. Well, she wanted to find out how she could get her Social Security benefits. Now, I didn't think you could draw Social Security and be in another country, but I guess so. At least you shouldn't have said it on TV, but I don't know. He told her that drawing Social Security at an early age comes with a penalty. It was like a 30% penalty, so she would only get like a third of her money. But she didn't care because she's willing to help Sumit with finances while she's there.
She should have waited an extra year because he said that you can draw it at 62. She's only 61. I would have waited till I was 62 to get the full benefits. You know, she's not missing out on too much.
Well, she's in love. The next couple, Kenneth, 57. He's from Florida. Armando, 31, from Mexico. Kenneth is a real estate manager. He comes across to me as a little self-centered, Kenneth does.
I didn't get that when I was watching it. Maybe I wasn't paying a close attention. I didn't have the keen eye like I do for Married at First Sight.
He came out at 19 as a gay male, and he was afraid to tell his parents, so he moved from the town he grew up in to Florida and ended up writing them an 8-page letter to explain. Now, he did say his mom was religious and his dad was a football coach for many years, so his dad was more machismo, so he didn't know how they would take it. While Kenneth was in Florida, he met a friend, a female friend, and he said he really wanted to have kids. And so his friend and him decided that they were going to pretend to be married and have kids. Now, he said, these are his words, he didn't bang her or anything, but he did the deed, and I guess, they did their own in vitro.
I guess.
Well, now Kenneth has 4 kids. He has an older son who's like 27 and triplet daughters who are 23 and a grandson. And they know about his lifestyle and they're very supportive. But what they didn't know was Kenneth has a boyfriend who lives in Mexico. And he went to tell them that during a barbecue that he was going to be moving to Mexico for Armando. That came as a surprise because they didn't know their dad was leaving. But Kenneth did explain to them that he's in love. He's never felt this way before.
What is up with these people telling their friends and families like 2 days or 2 weeks before they leave? Like, how come you just can't tell them? But I guess that's a part of the show.
But now we meet Armando. He lives with his family. They're a tight-knit family. He is a pet groomer. I thought that was cute.
It was.
Lives on his parents' property. And he's afraid that his parents will find out that he's gay. Well, it turns out that they met on a social media platform for single gay dads. And him and Kenneth met, and Kenneth actually flew out to Mexico before. And they realized they had a connection. So now Kenneth's coming back so they can be a family and move 4 hours away. Armando's apprehensive because he doesn't know how to tell his family. They also don't know when he moves, he's going to take his daughter, who is 6 years old. Her mom tragically died in a car accident. But before she passed away, she found out that he was actually gay and actually outed him to his mom. Mm-hmm. His mom didn't believe it. So he felt like he had to push himself back in the closet. So now he's decided he was going to tell his sister, his older sister, that Kenneth is coming and to tell her that he wants to be happy and move on. So when he goes to the store to tell his sister, she's crying, she's emotional, she doesn't want to believe it. She's like, well, your lifestyle told us different. Like, we didn't really know, we didn't really believe that you were gay.
I feel sorry for him because he had to feel like he had to go back in the closet because his family didn't accept it, even though he already said it out loud.
Yeah.
And then he lost his ex-wife, who he considered to be his best friend, so I'm sure he always confided in her. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, now it seems like he's really trying to live his best life to his best abilities that he can.
To the fullest, yeah.
And I feel like what's going to be the thing that holds him back is going to be his family, and there's not going to be anything that Kenneth can do. And I'm not too sure if Kenneth is going to be 100% supportive because he had to leave all his things to come down, you know? Mm-hmm.
Our final couple for this episode is Ariela, 28, from New Jersey, and Biniyam, baby, as he's known to his friends, 28, from Ethiopia. Ariela says when she was 17, she went on a vacation with her mom to Argentina and decided to stay. She's a freelance writer now, and I'm going to give her a free-spirited vibe because when she was talking, she said she likes to travel, she just likes adventure, and she just seems like she doesn't like to stay put. She always wants to be somewhere doing something. While she was in Argentina, she met her husband, and she said she got married young and wanted to bring him over, and the only way to bring him back to the States was to get married. And she said that getting married young, she didn't really know what was going on, and they ended up getting a divorce when they got back to the States. So then, to get over the divorce, she decided she was going to look online. She bought a ticket to Ethiopia because, hey, the prices were cheap, so why not? Driving to her hotel, she was in a taxi. She looked over and she saw someone. She was like, hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
She pulled that line?
She pulled that line. And it was Biniyam. They have been together ever since. The bombshell. She is 6 months pregnant with a baby boy.
I'm not surprised. It's always usually one person who ends up pregnant on the show.
Wow, you've noticed that?
Pregnant, yes. Mm-hmm. Older and can't have children. Married, it hasn't told the person, or just another secret in general.
Well, there you have it. She decided to come back to the States to get prenatal care because she wasn't sure how it would be over there in Ethiopia. And her family is nervous about her going back to Ethiopia because of the facilities. Her secret is not only she's pregnant, she's going to go back because it's going to take some time for him to come over here.
So she just wants to move back now, period.
And she has to move. She wants to move back now, but she's got to move back soon because she's almost at the threshold where she can't fly. But again, she hasn't told her family, but she tells her mom at her doctor's appointment. Her mom's like, why do you want to do that? The doctor says, have you looked into the epidurals? Have you looked into this, the facility? She's like, well, I've done some research and they don't do epidurals. They're like, well, you really need to know because if something happens, you need someone that has capability to save you and the baby.
Mm-hmm. So her mom's coming with her.
Yep.
Would you be coming with me if that was me?
Yep.
You would stay the whole time?
Yep. Not only will I'm coming, I'm staying through delivery until we all come back to the States.
Well, you're going to be staying for a long time because she says she's not going nowhere without her man. Okay, so that was the end of 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, episode 1. I'm here for this season. This season seems like it's going to bring a different dynamic than the last season did. And I'm especially excited and intrigued to see what's going to happen with Jenny and Sumit and his divorce and everything that comes with Sumit in India.
Yeah, so far they are the it couple for me. We do have 2 more couples to go, but I just want to know how Jenny and Sumit's going to wrap up this season. I'm rooting for them, but we'll see.
So let us know what you thought about this episode and what you think is going to happen in next week's episode. Make sure you like this video, you subscribe to our channel, and you also share this video to other people who watch 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way.
Thank you for watching, and as always, live simply, be grateful.